Hello, everyone. I'm creating this video to help out all our agents to create CMA through our Realm system. CMA is Comparative Market Analysis for any property. Whenever you need it, basically create it through this system. So I hope this will be helpful for all of you. So I'm going to share my screen. So once you log into your Realm system, PropTex, you'll go to Realm by clicking here. Then it will land to this page. Once you're here, they're going to click on this dice looking menu right in the top right corner, and you'll see multiple options here. You're going to click on Realm CMA. Once you're there, you'll see multiple properties. Previous CMAs are all going to show in here, but you're going to start from on the top right here. Now there's two options. Option number one, if this property has been listed on Realm before or MLS system before, you can pull up those data by searching those address here. Or if this property has never been listed on MLS system before, then you have to create manually. So in this case, we're going to go for something we're going to create that has been listed in Realm before. So I have one address. I want to use it here. I want to use 34 Dugan Drive in Brampton. So as you all can see, as soon as I type in the address, there's multiple options coming here. So our option number, you'll see the top one is the most latest one. And as you go below, it will be all the older listings for the same property. So obviously, I'm going to take the most latest listing from the top. Once I click it here, it's going to create this listing, pulling data from the previous listing. Now I'm going to create it. Now there's a couple of options. This is where you're going to find the comparables in order to make the comparison for the current value of the property. This is an option you can go with distance. If you have to find within 500 meter or 1 kilometer, generally we start with the 500 meter because that gives us the best choice that whatever you're finding most closest to the property. And the date range is generally we put 6 months. And then if it is a freehold property, then you click freehold. If it's for sale, obviously put sell. Then you put status is sold. So basically we're to find the data within last 6 months, within 500 meter, freehold sold in that location. And price range, I'll keep it open because I want to see what is the maximum value it is sold or the minimum value it is sold. So it can give me a good idea to find out what is the current value of this subject property. And you also like to check mark on include the land registry properties. What that means is some properties probably sold privately. It was never listed on MLS. But whenever it's private property sold on off the MLS, those property gets transferred through the land transfer, and those data and price should be also available through the land registry, which is not available in the MLS system. So when you put a check mark on there, it will find through the registry as well if there's anything sold within that distance and the time range. So once you do that, you can go suggest properties. So based on that, the system finds all these properties are sold within last 6 months. Now, we have to closely look at the time it was sold. As you can see, in this one was sold February 18, 2026. We're going to discuss about number of bedroom, number of washroom, bathrooms afterwards, once we find the properties that were sold within that area. So I'm going to take this definitely. Then I'm looking at the next property sold in October 30th, 2025. That I'm going to hang on to it for a bit. And then next one is February 22nd. So this one is fine. This one is sold on December 3rd. That is fine. We're going to take that. and this one was sold this February 27th. So, and the last one also sold on February 12th. So they're relatively all very close within last few months, so which is great. So I'm going to add them all. So I'll put a check mark on all of them and put them add. Once you add them, on the right side, you can see this is your subject property, which is showing 0 right now. And these are the sold properties within 500 meters within the last 6 months. Excuse me. So the reason is 0 here right now because we haven't added price for this property right now. If you see this menu on the top right here, all the tabs, this is where we're at right now. If you go to subject property, see the price listing price is showing 0 because we haven't added any price here. Because our job, the reason we do CMA, so we can figure out the value of this property. So when you're here on the top tabs on the subject property, once you add these comparables here, you go to subject property, you want to make sure all these data are correct. Because the last property it was listed was in 2016. So things has been changed or any upgrade has been done, we don't know. And if we do, there's some changes, we have to make sure that reflects the subject property details here. So in this particular one, we know that there's no major things done since the property was bought. So basically it has a 4-bedroom plus 2-bedroom, and it has 5 washrooms and 2 kitchens. And those things I'm keeping as it is. The only thing I have to make sure that we change is the property tax for 2025 or 2026, whatever you have available from your client. In this case, I don't have the current property tax, but when you're doing CMA, you want to make sure you want to put the current taxes, property taxes for that current year. So for now, I'm just gonna, leave it the amount as it is. I'm just gonna change the year to 2025 just to reflect on my CMA so it's up to date. But you always make sure you get the current number from your client. Descriptions, you can leave as it is, that's fine. Or if you want to change anything, just do it, that's fine. This is basically going to show to your client that you have done your part. Now, next we go to next tab, comparables. Here, as you see, we have 6 properties. They're the most comparable in the area in order to verify the current value of the property that we want to list it or sell it. Now, next tab is adjustments. So basically what adjustment does, it actually looks at the difference between the 2 properties. The one is your subject property, which was on the left, and the right is the comparable property we just picked. So this is the first property we picked. Then if you go click arrow to the right, it shows the next property, and this shows the next property. So this is just to show the difference between the properties. For example, this one has 4-bedroom. This is a subject property. It has 4-bedroom. Comparable has 4-bedroom. Plus 2-bedroom here, subject for the subject property. Same thing with the comparable. So pretty much everything is same here except the washrooms. Your subject property has 5 washrooms, and your comparable has 4 washrooms. Now, the 4 washroom, obviously 1 extra washroom, you want to make sure the price is adjusted according to that. So generally, making 1 washroom these days might cost you about $10,000 to $15,000. Okay, so I'm going to adjust here minus 15,000. So that means because this washroom, the value of this house is comparably 15,000 cheaper than the subject house. The next is, you see that it has separate entrance, it has finished, both are very similar, and it doesn't say if this one has apartment, subject property, but I'm assuming it does because it has 2 kitchens. If you look at it, 2 kitchens. When there's 2 kitchens, obviously it has an apartment in the basement. But when you look at the subject comparable property, it has only one kitchen, some reason, but it could be a mistake. But because it has showing one kitchen, I'm gonna minus it another $10,000 here. Now, how do you figure this value? These figures values are based on renovation, based on how much does cost you to create one kitchen, basically that kind of thing. So because it's a below grade kitchen for the basement, I'm considering 10 more than enough to make that. The next one is these are all fine. Brick only. I'm not going to adjust anything for that. Garage space. Your subject property has two garages. And the comparable has one, so I will add another 7,000 for that, minus it, sorry. So everything else pretty much same. Lot is 3829, front lot. So you can adjust maybe 5,000 for that. Everything else is same. So same thing we do for the next property. So we do same thing here. So what I'm going to do is I want to go back to the comparables, because right now we have I want to get rid of the 2025 properties. I want to only hang on to 2026. It will give me a better idea. So I'm going to check mark 25. I'm going to check mark 25, and I'm going to delete those. So then we have 4 properties, and these are all 2026. It'll be easier. I think it's a little bit better for that range. So now you already have the comparable one. Now go for comparable 2. It has 1 bedroom. This one has, so I'm gonna minus 5,000. Washroom minus 15,000. Kitchen 1. So I'm gonna put minus 10,000. So everything else, well, there's a square footage difference. So that's like almost 500 square feet difference. So definitely a smaller unit. So we're gonna say, let's say, for example, I'm gonna put $5,000. Here, my 5,000. Yeah. So we see as we're changing, the pricing is actually going. It's sold for 830, but compared to the 790 adjusted price. Then you go to the next one. Now this one is very similar, I believe. The only thing is the washroom. Kitchen 2. It's almost same, so I'm gonna keep it like that. And the last one. So the last one, here I'm gonna say 5,000. Minus 15,000. As you can see, all of them has a single kitchen for some reason, but this one has 2, our subject property, which is good. So that gives us more value for sure. These are not much difference anyways. Gonna keep it like that. So yeah, so once this is done, so we have done 4 of 4 comparables are done. Then you go contents. So basically, the CMA automatically creates the contents for you, so you don't have to worry about. It shows the title page, it shows a table of contents, TOC, subject property details, which we added at the subject property on the top. It shows the comparable property summary, comparable property list, comparable property side by side. So it will show all the difference between what we did. And based on that, um, you create the summary, but based on that, it will create your CMA. Now, additional remarks are something that if you want to add something, that's fine. If you don't, that's absolutely fine as well. Customer appearances, I usually put, the logo. I add the logo there. I put my phone number, my picture, so it shows on the CMA and looks very professional when you present to your client. So we're going to go back to the subject property to create the pricing for this. But based on this, I want to show you what it looks like. So when you go share, either you can go preview right here. When you do preview, it will show like this. This is like an online link for preview. And here, when you go property subject, it will show the subject. Right now it's showing 0 price, but we're going to change that. And then you go back to summary again. Then, then you go preview. I hope you can see it. Okay. So we're going to go back to comparable property summary. So it shows the lowest price, high price, median price, average price, and number of days in the market. And based on that, this is the all comparables you have and the recent sold. So that's how you actually figure out what should be the price of your property. Now, when I go back to a list, I want to see the adjustments. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take this average price for all these 4 properties, whatever the average price, and here's the adjustments. On that average price, you're going to add all those numbers. 37, here is minus 40,000, here is 30,000. So, and the last one is 30,000. So after you're adding all those numbers, the price should be for this house is come to million 1,019,500. That's the price I'm getting by doing the math. But output generally, this house will go between 1 million to 1,050,000. So that's how generally we figure out the numbers for the general house price. Always remember, every house is unique. They're all different. Layout is different. Their finishing is different. Their overall workmanship is different. The quality of the floor, kitchen, everything matters when it comes to selling of the house. So this is based on what the data we have. Now, your client's house might be, they might have spent probably $40,000 doing the kitchen, or they have upgraded significantly. They have done floors brand new. So those will be adding up on top of the your price of the house based on the market. So this is how we generally do the CMA, and this will give you the full understanding of the market to your client when you give it to them. So now, once we finish this, because you want to put a range, because you never want to say, well, I can sell it for 9, 10, 20, because we don't know if it's going to go 10, 20. Always give it a range, because as I said, every property is unique, every buyer is unique. You don't know what mindset they're coming with. So our assumption, it should sell between this range. It can sell for more or less. We don't know. It depends on the market, or depends on how you're accepting the offer, what kind of conditions. So there's many things involved in this ultimate ultimate price that you get for your property. So once you create all this done, once all these steps you have completed, then you go to share and export. The best way to share is you can download the CMA report, which is really nice. I'm going to show you how it looks like. I'm going to download this. So once you download, I'll show you what it looks like. So once you download, this is what it looks like. It's going to show the address. It's going to show your details, your company logo, the table of contents, and then it shows your subject property and your estimated price for this property as we entered. And then it's going to show the comparables. How did you come up with that price? That's what it's showing right here. And in the map, it's showing all the comparables. This is the start with the subject property and the rest of the property. So it shows that from the map that which property did we compare with. It's showing the details. Then it's showing side by side all the properties, the difference between the properties. So your seller have a good idea. And the full details of those properties that are sold. So that's how you how this property CMA is created in PDF. So I feel the PDF is much nicer to present. You can attach as an email, or you can print out, whichever matters to you. And it shows the price comparison, the stats and the graphs, number of days in the market. So it gives a full details. So it gives you a good idea, and it shows that you have done your work, and it shows that you have done your part to show it to your client in best possible way, and you did your research. I think that actually makes you look very, very professional in the sense of when you showing them all the neighborhood details as well. So these are all created for you automatically based on the address, which is great. It's a great tool. So yeah, so that's how it is done. And once that is done, then you can go back to CMA again. So all your CMA is going to be saved right here. So you don't have to worry about losing any data. But whenever you want, either share or print, or even this link. As I said, this link can work as well. If you copy this link, if I open another page, if I open this link, it will show like a website to your client that will show the subject property, that will show, sorry, hang on. Okay. It will show the comparables. It will show If you go to the menu, comparable listings, it's very similar to the PDF, but it's more like a web format. So it has, it's great to see in the computer, but overall PDF or whichever you feel is better, you can use that. That's absolutely fine. It just shows exactly the same comparison right here. It shows the demographics. So everything pretty much within the same information within the PDF and the web format. Yeah, so this is it. This is how you do your comparables. I hope this will help many of you to create your first comparables or CMAs. And if you need further help, or if you find anything else that makes it even easier or better, please share with us. Let us know. The whole idea of this, so you can do it yourself. And I'm always there to help you if you need any further help. So I really hope this is going to be helpful. Thank you so much for watching this. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thank you and have a great day.